So the first thing I want to point out is that Cameroon is located right in the center of Africa, and we have neighbors like Nigeria, Gabon, Congo, Chad. It's a great location, you know. So if you're planning a trip to South Africa or somewhere, if you want to stop for a little break, you know, Cameroon is definitely your spot, man, because it's like right in the heart of Africa. In fact, today they refer to Cameroon as the continent. They call it the continent to the point where when I travel in Africa and I try to go through customs, I had occasions where people ask me, what do you guys call your country the continent? The reason why is because Cameroon is known as l'Afrique en miniature, which is basically Africa in the smaller version of Africa. That's basically what it is, because we do have landscape and all the features that the African continent has, you can find that in Cameroon. So people have kind of turned it into a joke and call it Cameroon is not a country, it's actually a continent. Okay, so this is one of the things, you know, some people really dislike it, some people really like it. Regardless how you feel, man, you know, they call Cameroon the continent, man. What can I tell you? I didn't come up with it. So the other thing is that Cameroon is a bilingual country. For those of you who are not familiar, there are two languages that are spoken in Cameroon. You have English and French. And Cameroon is actually the only African country where both English and French is spoken, okay? When it comes to languages, there are over 250 languages in Cameroon. It's the country with the second most number of spoken languages. So the only country that has more languages than Cameroon in the African continent is Nigeria. That's it. Okay, so that comes with a variety of cultures, man. When you're talking about, you know, food, you're talking about, you know, clothing, you're talking about just understanding of the world. These different tribes have a different way of looking at life. So it makes Cameroon extremely diverse in you know, the mindset, the culture, everything is just, it's a fascinating country that unfortunately most of us don't get to see, because for a lot of people, it is customary to just basically grow in a specific town or city, and unless you have a business to conduct in a different town, most people don't move that much, you know what I mean? Even myself, like I'm barely like, you know, getting into like learning more and more about my own country, because you speak to people from Yaoundé, I'm not saying all, some people of course travel, but like the vast majority of people from Yaoundé stay in Yaoundé, the vast majority of people from Douala stay in Douala, and then in the north, where we have the Muslims, most people do not go up there, and like that's a completely different culture. You know what I mean? It's a completely different culture. But the good thing about having so many different cultures in that country is that it leads to peace, man, because our problems are very different. It's like the United States in a way. You got like black and whites. You have Asians from like variety of places in Asia. You have Latinos from variety of countries of Latin America. So it's like, what is really American, you know? That diversity is what creates, you know, this multiculturalism is what makes America so unique, right? And it's the same thing for Cameroon in the sense that we have so many different tribes, and each tribe has its own understanding, its own need, its own... It has some difficulties politically when you feel like you're not being represented, but at the same time, it's also, you know, a very big advantage for the country because we are just so diverse, and the cultural exchange is definitely powerful. So Cameroon is amazing when it comes to that. Another thing, you know, needless to say, when I travel around the world, for those of you who don't know my channel or are new here, I try to see as many countries as I can. So I've gone to many places. So when I travel, one of the things that often comes up is when I say I'm from Cameroon, you know, people say, well, Samuel Eto'o, Roger Milla, you know, so like one thing that, you know, the biggest ambassadors of Cameroon are definitely our sportsmen. You know, Francis Ngannou in the UFC, you had Roger Milla in the 90s, Pascal Siakam, you know, we have tremendous amount of talent in Cameroon, you know, in a variety of sports, you know, so definitely the biggest representation for Cameroon is our sportsmen. And we also have a tremendous amount of very talented musicians. One of the most popular musicians from Cameroon is Manu Dibango. If you guys are a Michael Jackson fan, you know that, you know, part of his song, Mama Say Mama Sa Mama Kusa, Mama Say Mama Sa Mama Kusa, that is actually a segment from a Manu Dibango song that Michael Jackson plagiarized. And he ended up paying Manu Dibango a lot of money plagiarizing because he actually was not authorized to take that part of the song without permission. He just did not do his due diligence, so it definitely puts Manu Dibango in a different category. Besides Manu Dibango, we also have a gentleman by the name of Richard Bona, who's actually located in Florida, and he travels around the world and performs This man is a tremendous, like this guy is a genius. If you guys are not familiar with his music, Richard Bona, I strongly recommend. He not only sings, like he makes the music, he performs, and he's quick in coming up with songs. So Richard Bona is another great artist that I can, definitely mention on the international stage. Locally, we have other gentlemen like Bendeka, Gazdeka. I mean, the list goes on. Cameroon has a lot of freaking talent, man. In all categories, man. Cameroon is represented for sure. If you are thinking about going to Cameroon, what do you need to do? And, you guys are thinking, well, what is the process like? So besides the standard filling out the form, getting your pictures and everything, the other important aspect of getting your visa for Cameroon is the price. How much does it cost? Well, it depends. How much are you trying to go to Cameroon for? You can go for a month, whatever the situation is. I am proud to tell you guys that as we speak today, you can get a visa for Cameroon as quickly as within 24 hours. You just have to come up with dollars, man. So right here, you can see the prices depending on what your situation is. If you're trying to go to Cameroon, these are the prices that you are looking at. Back to the embassy. When I entered the embassy, man, I was like, man, this is a beautiful place. The embassy has gone through some changes. Definitely a great spot to check out, They have embassy open days in Washington, D.C., where several embassies open up and you can go check out different things, different cultural events to encourage you to visit that particular country. So if you get a chance to it, definitely don't miss that opportunity in Washington, D.C. It's a great thing to see. You can actually travel virtually, without a passport that day, because you get to go from embassy to embassy to embassy and basically learn what the country is famous for, what it's known for, and just get encouraged to go visit these places. There are so many amazing countries to visit out there, and Cameroon is one of them. So you have the Cameroonian embassy located right in Massachusetts Avenue. So when I walked in, so guys, I'm here at the embassy of Cameroon. Today is the Cameroonian National Day, man. It's a beautiful celebration of Cameroonian independence and unity as one country. So we're a little bit early, and you can see they have the whole area barricaded here. And let's see. I have another, someone who wants to do YouTube here. I created Ivaintures. She said she want to create another channel. She called it Ivaintures. So, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Hello, everybody.
What's going on with your YouTube channel?
I'm working on it.
You're working on
it. Please subscribe to my channel. I'm Anna Ivaintures, okay?
Guys, you see, everybody wants to do YouTube, man. She started, took a break. So let's see when the next video comes out, man. Let's see when the next video comes out. So here to celebrate the country. And for some people watch me, they're like, where are you from anyway? Some people is because they really want to know where I'm from. Some people because they're angry of maybe some content that I released. But today is about Cameroon. It's a celebration, and we are far away from the country, but we can still celebrate with our fellow countrymen out here in the beautiful city of Washington, D.C. So for those of you who are familiar with D.C., this is Mass Avenue. You have over there the embassy of Ivory Coast, and this whole entire strip is just embassies after embassies after embassies after embassies. All right, so that's what's going on. So I hope it's not going to be an issue for me to film, and I can bring you guys content from here. People are just getting ready right now, setting up everything. So it's going to be a good celebration, guys. It's going to be a good celebration. So let's go ahead and get started, and I will bring you guys that footage. Joyeuse fête nationale au Cameroun. I was not allowed to film like sensitive areas, of course. So I went all the way upstairs. But on my way there, I stopped by this office and I could see the Cameroonian flag right out the window. It was amazing. The place was empty at this time. And I had the chance to really walk around and see the different features that they had, the different pictures, the different posters, some of the president of Cameroon, Paul Biya. They also had, one thing for, the movie Black Panther. Rest in peace to Mr. Bossman. They had a little setup for the Wakanda village. Very nice. You can appreciate the art right here. It was definitely good to see, So Black Panther, if you haven't seen, guys, needless to say, that is, if you're watching this video, you haven't seen, Black Panther, I don't even know. But anyways, I was happy to see that they have this section out there for Black Panther. Shout out to the movie Black Panther. So it did not take long, and then the ambassador of Cameroon, in the United States walked in with his representative from the Department of State.
Please, can we just give a little bit of space?
So they exchanged speeches and they were talking about, the strong relationship between Cameroon and the United States.
It is worth the pain to join us as we are having this celebration. So, Ambassador Patel, the leader of Atlantic organization, this house is not new to you.
To Cameroon in 1962. So it is really on the shoulders of all those who work in peace support, in health, on security in the Gulf of Guinea, on humanitarian assistance, that this extraordinary cooperation and friendship rests. So I thank you.
We want to thank the Minister of the U.S. representative. You see, she has been talking only about peace, and that's why our theme for this year is Army, Nation Together for the United, for Peace and Prosperity. She will also be proposing a toast. The representative of the United States of America is going to propose a toast with the ambassador of Cameroon to the United States.
So guys, the room was absolutely packed. We had people from various, places in Cameroon. You could appreciate, the clothing style, very different based on where the person is from. There were a lot of different people there. It was really good to see. So after the great exchange took place between the ambassador of Cameroon and the U.S. representative, they basically cheered. So it was a good moment, to have a glass of champagne and, cheers to, Cameroon and celebrating at the same time the amazing relationship between the United States and Cameroon. After that, it was the turn of the American representative to speak on the relationship between Cameroon and the United States and talk about the contribution that Cameroon has provided to the United States and, looking forward how, the bond is just going to get stronger. It was a very interesting speech.
Thank you very much, and I thank you for the warm words of friendship and cooperation that you offered on behalf of your government. On behalf of the United States, on behalf of the Secretary of State, and Assistant Secretary Molly Feed, who is well known to many of you, it's really my honor to be with you and to reciprocate in the appreciation for cooperation and friendship.
The theme of the day was peace and prosperity. So after that, what is best than to get a whole nother shot, to celebrate that event.
Long-lasting relationship between America and Cameroon. Long-lasting relationship between Cameroon and the United States. We want to thank His Excellency Henry Itugi Soma for the wonderful speech. And if you heard from the speech, Cameroonians who are here.
It was time for the national anthem. This started with the United States national anthem.
Now the singing of the national anthem. To begin with the national anthem of the United States of America.
And after the American national anthem was played, then the Cameroonian national anthem took stage. And it was really a touching moment. When they play the national anthem, it's always a very touching moment. And then at some point, they actually stopped the music, and then the crowd took over.
The national anthem of the Republic of Cameroon.
Chef Excellency, distinguished guests.
So before we went downstairs, they actually brought cake. A beautiful green, red, and yellow cake with the star in the middle, representing the Cameroonian flag. Beautiful, beautiful cake.
Yeah, I thought the knife was not there. But since the knife is there, please, you can go ahead and do the symbolic cutting while they bring the plates for you to taste. Thank you. Yeah. So, please, one more thing. You will not leave this hall without having a test of this cake. This is Cameroonian cake. This cake is in America, but it's made in Cameroon. So please, do not leave this hall without having a bite of it. I know there is food, there is drink, but make sure you have a taste of this cake. Thank you very much.
Unfortunately, guys, I did not get a slice of it. You know, I wish I did, but I did not get a slice of the cake. You know, they went downstairs. Man, this was the moment we were all looking for.
Loving your vibe, girl. That energy got me going. It's my baby. That thing so vibrant. Keys to your heart, baby girl. Ewe muleji, you right next to me. Moji mule na vanemia yila, vanemia yila. Ewe muleji, mami venaki. Moji mule na vanemia yila, vanemia yila.
Feed me, man, the food. For me, the best part of Cameroon is the food. We have other problems, but one thing you can't criticize Cameroon on is the freaking food, man. Regardless of where you stand in the political spectrum, the food from Cameroon will put us all together. And that's what it really is today, is the National Day. So it's all about being together. For one day, let's forget what separates us and let's think about what unifies us. And one thing that food can do is bring people together. So we went downstairs, guys, from dole to couscous to yellow sauce, whatever you're thinking about from Cameroon, man, they had it there. And I had a plate full. I was like, man, it just made me feel like, dang, you know, I gotta go back to Cameroon, man. I miss it. It is like, it is so good to taste. You can taste like your country from its food, you know.
So guys, it's been an amazing experience. It's been a long time since I ate food from Cameroon. So many things over here, so many different things. Huh? And my sister right there enjoying. So I hope you've enjoyed the video, guys. This is a little snapshot of what's going on in the embassy here in Cameroon on the national holiday. Cheers.
But I tell you what, the food, as good as it was at the embassy, nothing beats home. You know what I mean? Because then you are surrounded with friends and family members. Oh man, I cannot wait to go back to Cameroon. I cannot wait. So when I went downstairs, I was eating. The artist that was performing is Vanister Inama. Vanister Inama is a very, very, very talented singer. He sings in French. He puts some English in it. Guys, the music is top notch. He talks about so many different things. What's impressive about his music is definitely the message that he has. My personal favorite song from him is a song where he talks about do not envy other people's lives. You know what I'm saying? And this is a good segue into what I'm going to talk about, which is, I've had the chance to travel around Africa and see a few countries that are doing extremely well. And it's very easy to think like, man, I wish my country had this. I wish my country had that. But everybody improves at their own speed, We do face some challenges in Cameroon, but name a country that did not face challenges. Not all countries solve their challenges at the same time. Some countries, it takes longer than others. Some countries, it just takes a while, but then they do get on the right path and then they just, go from there. So despite the challenges, Cameroon, is an amazing country. And I think that this artist, he does a really good job, kind of pushing that message out there, which is, love yourself, love your life, love your country. It doesn't matter, it doesn't matter that somebody is doing better than you. It doesn't matter that somebody is where you want to be. It doesn't matter that you're still struggling and all your friends, family members, whoever's around you is doing better than you. You know what I mean? God gives you what he gives you, and you have to be thankful for what he gives you. You know what I mean? So, don't be jealous, don't be envious. And that is really what I'm taking from this gentleman's music. He was definitely out there doing his thing, man. A lot of people, they were giving him, we call this farote, when a musician in Cameroon is singing and then they give him the money and give him the money and give him the money. That is actually called the farotage. I'm not going to translate that in English. There's no translation. It's just, they're just like giving him money, man. They're just like, making it rain, maybe that's better. Making it rain and then give you money. And there's no rules. You can put it on your forehead, on your head, anywhere the money can go. They put your money right there. Someone was on the floor, someone on him, he gave it away to his friends to hold on to it.
Peut-être ces gens que tu envies ne dorment pas dans la nuit. Dis seulement Dieu merci pour le souffle de vie. Aujourd'hui tu as bu le gari, demain tu peux manger le lit. Donc faut pas déranger, fais mal les langues. Le jour où tu as pu manger, Dieu merci mon Dieu. Faut pas déranger, fais mal les langues. Le jour où tu as pu manger, Dieu merci mon Dieu. N'arrive pas la vie des gens. Parce que Dieu te donne, mon frère Père. Aïe, 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 j'envie pas la vie des gens. Ce que Dieu me donne, c'est ça, moi je ferai. C'est ça, moi je ferai. Je veux que ma vie sera top. Je dis ma vie sera top. Ah ouais, ma vie sera top. Je dis ma vie sera top. J'envie pas la vie des gens. Oh mamie, oh ma chérie, on va pleurer parce que tu n'as pas fait d'enfant. J'ai compris une chose, c'est que dans cette vie, tu sais, les gens ne sont pas faits pour être tous du même ramadan. Faut pas déranger, ne pas déranger. Le jour où tu as pu manger, dis merci mon Dieu. Ne faut pas déranger, ne pas déranger. Le jour où tu as pu manger, dis merci mon Dieu. N'envie pas la vie des gens. Parce que Dieu te donne au matin. Aïe, 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 n'envie pas la vie des gens. Ce que Dieu te donne, c'est ça tu dois prendre. C'est ça tu dois prendre. Demain ta vie sera top. Top, top, top. Je dis ta vie sera top. Top, top, top. Ah ouais, ta vie sera top. Top, top, top. Je dis ta vie sera top. N'envie pas la vie des gens. Voilà les autres qui sont déjà là-bas. Ah, c'est pas pour autant que je vais lâcher mon combat. Oh, voici aujourd'hui, je chante à Yaoundé Douala. Mais quand mon maman viendra, j'irai à Paris rempli d'Olympia. Je peux pas me déranger, j'ai pas les longs yeux. Le jour où j'ai pu manger mon gars, j'ai dit merci mon Dieu. Je peux pas me déranger, oh, j'ai pas les longs yeux. Le jour où j'ai pu manger, j'ai dit merci mon Dieu. J'envie pas la vie des gens. Ce que Dieu me donne, c'est ça je ferai. Aïe, 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 j'envie pas la vie des gens. moi. C'est ça, moi je veux ma vie, c'est la top. Je veux ma vie, c'est la top. Parce que ma vie, c'est la top. Je veux ma vie, c'est la top. J'en vis pas la vie des gens. Christian est bien mon fou. Colonel Engulu et tout différent d'Inang. Cyril Mojito, Amour Simon. Matutu, Président Trump. Yeah, Chadjali. Merci. Yolanda Bojan. Mana Lingango.
It's amazing, man. He was out there rocking the show. Everybody was happy to take a picture with him. People were extremely excited to see him, perform. It was a great sight. So overall, this is the 52nd celebration of Cameroon National Day. Thank you for inviting me, to the embassy. It was truly an honor. It was a pleasure. I'm looking forward, to going back again next year. Even just to meet other Cameroonians who are in the area, see how they're doing, how they're adjusting to the lifestyle. I didn't get a chance to interview anybody there because the music was playing and, due to copyright reason, my filming was limited. I hope you enjoyed the video, some of the basic information that I have provided about Cameroon. I hope that it encourages not only non-Cameroonians from going home, but Cameroonians themselves. You know who you are. Watching this video, you've been sitting in America for 10-20 years and you just speak English. Even if you're a French speaker, you don't even speak French anymore. You're just oh my God, I'm American now. You know who you are. You're losing your identity, man. You gotta go back home.
So guys, it's been great for those of us in the diaspora to come back and reconnect with some people here that we don't normally see, and also to enjoy some delicious meal. And it's been a great time, man, but the heat is killing me here, man. The heat is pretty crazy. So we had a good time. We got a chance to, eat some meals from our home country and meet the other Cameroonians that we don't normally see. Right here in front of the Embassy of Cameroon here in Washington, D.C. So I hope you've had a little glimpse of what it's like to party with the Cameroonians on May the 20th. So
whatever you left home, it's not like that anymore. Things are changing, things are getting better. Even the language is changing. Think about it. Now they call Cameroon the continent. This is a new thing. Things improve, things change. And even if you don't want to go to Cameroon, you got other countries you can go visit. You have so many options, and this is directly to you, the diaspora. We all go out there, visit France, visit Spain, go to London. Amazing countries, right? But we have to go back home too. It's time to actually go back home. And home is not just Cameroon. We're all the same. Home is Africa. So if you're worrying about X, Y, and Z, whatever your concern is, go somewhere new. Go to Kenya, go to Congo, go to Nigeria, go to South Africa, go to Egypt, go visit Morocco. Any country in Africa, go visit any country that's peaceful. Go out there and visit. It's time for us to take our hard-earned dollars and bring it back to the continent, man, to Mama Africa. We know more of Europe and their countries and things than we know our own continent. It's not right. If we don't promote our own continent, who will? When I travel there, I see plenty of Europeans. They're enjoying our continent more than us. So it's time for us to be happy, about where we come from. It's time for us to celebrate where we come from, and it's time for us to really invest where we come from. And you don't have to limit yourself to where you were born. I think that nationalism is a great thing, but Africa is huge, and many people, have opened businesses in countries that aren't theirs. The Chinese are not just opening businesses in China. The French are not just opening restaurants in France. So what makes you think that if you're a freaking entrepreneur from Cameroon, you can only open a business in Cameroon? No, you can't. You can open a business anywhere you want. So that's my mindset, You know, that's my message to you guys watching this video up to this point, is to really open your minds, you know, and visit. Africa is a great continent, you know. It has a lot to give, it has a lot to offer. So instead of just booking your vacations to, you know, Europe and Asia, South America, go visit Mama Africa. Mama Africa needs you. And you're gonna have a great time too. You're gonna eat good, you're gonna party, you're gonna have an amazing time, man. Don't be stuck out there in the Matrix, don't be stuck out there in Europe. Get on that plane, man, go visit Africa. You know who you are. You haven't gone home in so many years. You know who you are. Go back home. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If that's the case, kindly give this video a like, share it to your friends or family members, subscribe for more adventures, and I will see you on the next one. Happy National Day to Cameroon. God bless Cameroon.
Voici aujourd'hui, je chante à Yaoundé, voilà, mais quand mon maman viendra, j'irai à Paris remplir l'Olympia. Je peux pas me déranger, j'ai mal les yeux. Le jour où je peux manger, bon, regardez, je dis merci mon Dieu. Je peux pas me déranger, oh, j'ai mal les yeux. Le jour où je peux manger, je dis merci mon Dieu. J'en vis pas la vie des gens. J'habite pas la vie des gens. C'est ça moi je pleure, c'est ça moi je parle. Je sais que